that I got cleaned up from all of that dumpster diving. If you didn't know me, I'm Ms Danielle with Kidventures, and I'm so excited to have you here today. We are going to be talking all about planting, but not the typical kind of planting that you do in the ground or in your garden. We are going to plant things in recycled or reusable items. See, now all those crazy things I was throwing out of the trash earlier, I actually have them here. I've sprayed them all down with Lysol, cleaned them up, washed my hands, and now I'm going to use them to put some beautiful plants in. Are you excited? The first item I found is that stinky old shoe, but because it's made of leather and cloth, it's porous. That means that water can run through the sides and the bottom of it, so we can put a plant in it. So we're gonna use that stinky shoe. Ugh. Maybe some flowers will make it smell better. I found this really cool shelf. Who would have thrown away a drawer? I don't know, but we're gonna reuse it. And lastly, I found this. Who would have thought that you could plant in this? It looks like it's a business card or flyer holder for an office, but you see there's holes in the bottom, so the water can drain out. So I thought we could put a cute little succulent or something in there. So there are two reasons I'm gonna be replanting some of my favorite plants today. The first reason is because they've outgrown their pots. They're so big now that they don't fit in the pots, just like you guys grow out of your clothes. The first plant I have that is growing out of its pot is an aloe vera plant. Aloe vera plants are really great because when you get a sunburn or a rash, you can break one of the leaves right off. I'm gonna actually show you right now. You can break a leaf off. And on the inside, do you guys see that? There's goop. And the goop, if you have like an owie, let's say I had an owie on my arm, I just rub the goop on there, and it's really good, helps it heal, and it's good for your skin. So this aloe plant, as you can see, it's so floppy. Look how huge this one is. It needs a bigger pot. So I'm gonna put it in something different than a pot. I'm gonna use one of our recycled items. The next plant I have that needs to be replanted because it's so big and healthy is this Christmas cactus. I have had this Christmas cactus for over 3 years now. It's you can see if you look really close, the leaves are starting to get a little brown on the edges. That's not because I haven't been watering it or hasn't gotten sunlight. That's because it needs a bigger home. So we're gonna find it one today. The second reason I'm planting today is because some of my plants actually had some of them die. I was really sad. I'm not sure if it's because I didn't care for them well enough, or maybe they just needed more sun. I don't know, I have to figure it out. So as you can see, this plant, a couple of my cactus are really strong and healthy, but look at all these. These are just like dead and dirty. So we're gonna replant them, give them a new home, and hope that they sprout some more. My last plant that I'm gonna be replanting is also for the second reason, that it was in a pot with some other plants that died. So I saved the couple little succulents with the roots on them of the ones that are still alive. So then I can give them new homes and they can grow nice and big and strong. All right, friends, so I'm going to start with the pot that had the little cactuses with the ones that were dead. So I actually took all of them out, the dead ones and the live ones, and I have them right here. This is my plan. I plan to plant these two little guys in this plastic thing. Can I just put them in here like this and think that they're gonna grow? No, they need soil and water. So let's go ahead and do that. First, we gotta put our soil in. So grab your little recyclable container, whatever you're using. Maybe it's a shoe, maybe it's a milk carton, maybe it's an old water bottle that you put holes in the bottom. I don't know, but we're gonna take it and we're gonna grab some soil. We're gonna fill some soil in the bottom. And in the beginning, the soil might fall out of the cracks a little because it's gotta build up first. So do you see? It's starting to hold, so it's not coming out of those holes in the bottom. So I got my soil in there. I'm gonna use my hands to pack it down nice See? Ta-da! Now I have to put my cactus in. So I'm gonna start with this one, and we're gonna set him on this side. Ouch! Ooh! Whoa! Ooh! He's a little prickly. Gotta be careful with him or her. So we'll put that cactus right there. And then the other little cactus sprout, I'm gonna put on the other side so it can grow out the other way, just like that. Now, do you guys see all that space in between? We gotta fill that in with dirt. So let's get our dirt. We're gonna use our little fingers. In a little bit, when we're all done using our hands, I can show you guys some really fun gardening tools that you can use when you plant in the ground. We don't need them today because we're just using little objects and little plants, so we can just use our fingers. Besides, getting messy is one of my favorite parts. Look at this, friends! An old office card holder, now a new beautiful pot just for your plants. And they can grow bigger, and it's clear, so if you wanted to decorate it with markers or paint, make it kind of like stained glass. Recycling is so fun. The next thing I'm going to plant is my Christmas cactus. My Christmas cactus is one of my favorites because my Mimi gave it to me many years ago, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. And if you look, it's springtime, so it's starting to get blooms. See all of these little red things? They're gonna open up into beautiful flowers, and they come back every year, and then they go away, and then they come back. For my Christmas cactus, I've decided to repurpose this basket. Baskets are one of my most favorite things because they're handmade by other people just like you and me. They use their hands to do all these intricate weaving designs with wood and twine. Takes a lot of work. So I'm not gonna throw this away. Bad for the planet. Makes sad, sad earth. Instead, I'm gonna repurpose it and make my Christmas cactus so happy by giving it a brand new big home. Watch. So I have my basket already filled about halfway with dirt, and now I'm gonna take my Christmas cactus and I'm gonna be really gentle. I'm gonna grab it at the base of the root. Remember, we talked about the roots of the plant all the way under the soil? So I'm gonna grab it at the base really gently and put it upside down. And it's gonna come out in one big hole. We'll hold that. Oh, keeps flopping. Oh. Shake, shake. We don't wanna hurt the plants. We gotta be really gentle. Here it comes. Oh. Oh my gosh. Look at this. You know what this means? If you look really closely, you can see my Christmas cactus. It looks a little dry. It's not too dry, but a little dry, which means it probably needs some water. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it in the basket, and then we're gonna give it some water. Since this shape, it's a cylinder, right? A big cylinder shape. This is a square. So I'm gonna have to break some of this dirt off with my hands to get it to fit. I don't wanna hurt the roots, so I'm just very gently rubbing all the dirt off. Do you see all those crumbs falling? See? It's like you're scratching your doggy or your kitty. Scratch all those crumbs off until it gets to a place where it'll fit perfectly in the basket. So let's see. And if we have to dig a hole from the soil we already put, that's okay too. All right. Now I'm gonna tuck some of my Christmas cactus leaves under the basket handle so she can grow out both sides, because that means she'll have so much more space on either side of her. So we'll get her nice and pushed in. So I got her pushed in. Now what I gotta do, so as you can see, I got her nice and pushed in the basket. But if you look under her, it might be a little hard to see, there's not a ton of dirt because this didn't have as much dirt as the basket. It was less dirt. The basket has more dirt. So let's add more dirt to the basket to make sure that she can be nice and supported. So we're gonna lift this part up. I'm gonna see if you guys can see this. I'm gonna put the dirt around her roots and around that big cylinder that plant was in. And I keep calling her her because that's just what I've named her. I really enjoy my plants at home, so I talk to them and I rub their leaves and tell them how special they are. Because if you talk nicely to plants and you talk nicely to people, it makes them grow into wonderful things. All right, I'm gonna finish up putting all this dirt in here. Check it out. I've replanted my Christmas cactus in this beautiful basket. Then when we're all done planting the others, I'm gonna water all of them so that her leaves perk back up because they're looking really sad. Next, I'm gonna plant my super big aloe plant in this cute little drawer I found in the dumpster. What do you guys think? Better than clothes, huh? So for this guy, I'm actually gonna set him towards the left side of my box, my left, because I want to make sure that this long arm of his is supported by the box. So he fits right in there perfectly with his soil already. So we're going to keep him in there, and then we're going to use all that space around him like we did with our Christmas cactus, and we're going to fill it with dirt. So I'm going to hold him up really gently, and we're going to fill that with dirt. Lots and lots of dirt. See, a little bit more. Perfect, so we got that side. Now we're gonna flip them over really gently. Remember, we always are gentle with our plants because they're alive just like us. And we have to be gentle with people and plants and animals. Anything that's alive deserves to be gentle with. Let's see, almost done. I think I need a little more on this side so that he doesn't fall over. The idea is we pack it really tight. All right, and I'll add one more scoop on the other side for good measure. We can clean up the front. Look at that! My aloe plant is now in a drawer, and I can put it in my front yard or my windowsill. And then when I get sick or a sunburn or a skin rash, I just pick my fresh aloe, rub it on. Also, aloe is really yummy if you put a little bit of aloe with some mint in some tea or some lemonade. Do you guys remember that stinky shoe I dug out of the garbage? Look at the beautiful masterpiece it is now. It's a succulent shoe, and I'm gonna put it in my windowsill and take such good care of it. And now I don't have to throw it away, and it won't go back into our landfill where all our trash goes. It'll go right back into the earth and give us oxygen to breathe and something beautiful to look at. All right, friends, now that we've made all these beautiful household item planters, it's time to water our plants. Over here, I have a few different gardening tools. We're gonna start with our watering can filled with water because that's what we're gonna use to water them. So I'm gonna use this, and I'm gonna water all of the plants that I just planted, even that stinky shoe. As you can see, I'm doing it outside because there's water going everywhere. All right. Looks like they're nice and watered. So before I go, I know we didn't use any of these tools today, but I'd love to share with you a couple items that I use in my own garden. First is a shovel. Do you guys see this shovel? This is used for digging in the ground. It's so big that I wouldn't actually use it for these plants. Instead, I might use this. It's a tiny shovel. It's called a trowel. The reason I didn't use it today is because I'm a hands girl. I like to get messy in the dirt. The last thing that I wanted to show you is I have a rake. And this rake is also for the ground. Instead of digging, this is for the top of the ground. And you even out your soil like this. Boop, just like that. But like I said, we didn't need that today. That's why household item planting is so much fun, because you don't need anything except for things that you maybe were gonna throw away, some soil, and seeds or plants. That's it for now at Kidventures. I hope my trash digging didn't scare you away and you tune in again later to hang out with us again. Bye.